Okay, question 10 is a pretty difficult question. We've got this inverted cone that has a radius of 3 meters and a vertical height of 4.5 meters. And it's filled with fertilizer, which is released through the bottom at a constant rate of 0.0 meter cubed per second. So that's dV by dt is that 0.01 meter cubed. So if you think about it, that's the volume will be decreasing at that rate. So that's minus 0.01 meter cubed. And we need to find a relationship for the height, the change in height over time. We've got we've not even got a height related to the volume because of this R term as well. So we're going to have to get an equation for the volume of the cone just to do with the height, and we need to try and eliminate the radius. That's not too difficult because we're told that the radius is 3 and the height of the cone is 4.5, and you can see that if we times the radius by 1.5 we get the height. So the height is 1.5 times the radius, and so the radius is 2/3 of the height. So if we take that equation here, the V equals pi over 3, a third pi r squared, but not use r, use 2/3 of the height squared times the height. Now we've got a relationship between the height and the volume. So if I expand those brackets, we've got a third pi times 4 over 9h squared times another h, so h cubed. So that can be written as 4 over 27 pi h cubed. So what that means we can do is now write down the relationship between the change in the height, the change in the volume with respect to the height. In other words, differentiate this. Now all of that bit at the front is just a constant. The h cubed is the variable. The h is the variable. So if we differentiate this, the 3 will go to the front, so that's going to be 12 over 27 pi h squared. Take 1 off the power, and 12 over 27 cancels down to 4/9. So we've got 4/9 pi h squared for dV by dH. We're after dH by dt. dH by dt. dH by dt can be found by taking dH by dV and timesing by dV by dt. And we have those two things now. Or, well, we've got the reciprocal of this one. We've got dV by dH, so dH by dV will just be the reciprocal of this. And we've got dV by dt that we wrote right up at the top there. So the reciprocal of this is going to be 9 over 4 pi h squared, and dV by dt was negative 0.01. And that's dH by dt, which looks pretty similar to what they had, but what have they done? How is theirs different to ours? Well, they've brought the h squared up to this side, so they've times by h squared. Obviously they've put the minus at the front there, and they've changed this 0.01 to 100th. This is the same as 100th, so they've got 4 times 100th, or 4 times 100, which is 400 obviously, pi. So we've got minus 9 over 400 pi equals h squared dh by dt, exactly what they had. So difficult question, but the trick is realising that you can do this thing here. This is the key, I think, to this question. If we'd not had to do this, I think many more of you would have been able to get through the question on your own.